Once you're ready to go and create your campaign, you of course want to start in the campaign tab. In a Mailchimp, what you see is all of your recent campaigns and overall stats. Open rate, click-through rate are the two main things that you look at. And then you'll see here there's sending as in ongoing, and then recent is everything. So the ongoing is part of the automated emails, which we'll get into, but let's start with a regular campaign. So let's say we want to start a campaign from scratch. So we'll say create campaign. Now Mailchimp gives you a lot of different options. So for this campaign or for this class, we're going to focus on the email, obviously. So we'll click email, and then we have regular, automated, plain, A/B test. Regular and automated is really everything falls into regular or automated. The only difference being that plain text is plain, no HTML, no images, nothing like that. A/B test allows you to do some testing, which is recommended, but that is a little bit more advanced. Right now, we're starting with creating a basic campaign. So let's create a campaign name. So test for my new list. And click begin. And then it will ask us to fill out some general information. So here is what we talked about before, the 4 things that you need to know before you're going to put together an email. So 1, who is it going to go to? Well, you can create a list and see all the different people in here. So we'll say this list. Right now, I don't have anyone in here. But now this is another option it gives you is the personalized to field. So if you have everyone's name along with their email, you could set this up so that it automatically puts in that individual's name. So you probably all got an email before that says, welcome so-and-so, or hi so-and-so. My name is Ben. So I get a lot of emails say, hi Ben, blah, 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 blah. That is because that email provider has my name. So they're able to automatically enter my name and do that for all the hundreds or thousands of people on that email list. We're going to skip that for now. You don't always need that. It could be good, but certainly not required. So we'll say save. And of course, I have an error because I don't have anyone in this list yet. I just created it. So I could go back and say, well, I'll select this list because I know I have at least one. Then you can edit the from. The default in here is my name and coach at Ad Coach, because when we created the list, that was what we put in here. But if I wanted to change it to say Ad Coach, I could do that. Now we want to create the subject. Now this is really important. The subject is super, super key. So welcome to Ad Coach, open to save 20%. That could be a really compelling email. You say welcome, and now here is a number, here is a percent. You can save. I'm giving you an option to save money. Now the preview text, you could just copy and paste that in here, or you could do something like these emails are about Ad Coach classes, open to learn more. Now, you've all probably seen a situation in your email where you have the from, you have the title, and then it gives you a little preview of the email. And if it's a text email, it'll just start to write. It'll show you, the actual text of the email. This gives you the option to customize that, so you can put your preview text in here. Now, here's another thing: emoji support. So you could put an emoji in here, and that can be really valuable. There are a lot of times, a lot of studies that show that putting some sort of emoji into your email campaign helps, and it can get people to open it. So you can say, ooh, 20%, yay. I can put that emoji in here. But as we can see, it just deleted my email. So you want to make sure that you either save it, copy it, you use it at the right spot. You could put it at the end. You could put multiple up front. However you want to use it. But emojis can be a really good way to get people to recognize your email, to get that email to stand out from the mix. When you're done, you can press save. Now we want to go into the content of the email. And this is where something like Mailchimp can be really helpful, because they have a lot of templates that we can choose from and we can start to play with. You want your email to look professional. You want it to look good. So let's start with the basics, like what are you actually promoting? Do you want to put your logo up front? Do you want a number of different columns, 1, 2, or 3? Do you want just a text email? What are you actually going to be promoting, and how do you want this to look? If you don't like these, you can go over to themes. And now Mailchimp has a lot of these different themes that you can choose from and start to customize. As you can see, there are different themes for different categories like events or holidays. So you can find one that you think will work well for your content. Maybe you say this one looks good, so you can click on it. And then it gives you this essentially a what you see is what you get drag and drop editor. So it'll populate up this preset theme, and now you can go and customize as much as you want. So you can say here, design the page. What is the background of the page? What is the font that I'm using in this page? You can say in the header. So here is that image. Maybe I want to replace that image with something more generic or something from one of my classes. So you can say replace. Now I have a library of a bunch of different images that I've used for different classes and different promotions. So I could select something from here and say, I want to use this image to go in the header. You can click here and you can start to edit your text. Welcome to Ad Coach. Change your fonts. Do whatever you need to do to play around. Then if I want to add in an image, I can drop in an image and I can upload another one. Save and close. You can put in social share buttons to encourage people to share these emails. Say tweet it out, share it, forward it. You can go and customize everything here. So you have a lot of different options. And when you're done, you can say enter preview mode, and you can preview what that email might look like. You can preview what it might look like on a mobile device, which is really helpful. Because imagine, or understand a lot of people are probably going to open this on a mobile device, so you want to make sure it looks good. And then you can even send it. You can send a test email. So you can click here and say, I want to send it to my email address, which I have blurred out because it's my private email. But you can send it and then actually open it up in your email browser and make sure everything looks good. When you're ready, click Save and Close. And then you can either send it now, which would, of course, go out immediately. You can finish it later and come back to it, or you can schedule it, which is what most people do. So we talked about how Tuesday is a really good day of the week to send an email. So what you could do is say, okay, I want to send this out on Tuesday, maybe Tuesday 22nd or 29th, whatever it might be. And I want to go out maybe 10:30 in the morning, Eastern Time, and schedule your campaign. And there you go. If you've done that, your email is set to go, and that email you created will go and send on that date. Now, obviously, that email doesn't have really any real content in there, and it's kind of threw it together. So what if you went through and you did this by accident and you realize, I need to go and I need to change that, or I need to remove it altogether? Well, you can see here back in your campaigns dashboard, you have scheduled, but you have the option to pause and edit it. So if you need to edit your campaign, the first thing you'll do is pause it to make sure it doesn't automatically send while you're still editing. And now you can go in, make any edits you need to do, and either click resume, which means it will go back to that date that you had selected before, or you can say finish later, I'll come back and I'll finish it when I have time. And now it's just in here as paused. And of course, you could go and remove the email entirely. So you select delete should you want to just remove it entirely from your list. So that's how you set up a regular campaign.